Hello? Sarah. Okay. Really?
Esto es parte del show.
I come from Canada. Yeah, I cover that as well. It was like that.
Okay, and where are you from? Colombia. Oh, Colombia, that's so cool. So shout out to Colombia, where are you from? Awesome.
Andy, I don't think I can do this.
What do you mean you can't do this? I mean, it's a little late for that, alright?
I'm a little bit stressed out. You
can't be nervous.
No, it's okay. I can go. Like,
Whoa,
you can do it by yourself because I can't do this.
Excuse me.
You don't have to scream out.
No. Where do you think you're going?
I can go.
No, wait.
You got to scream by yourself? You know?
By myself?
No, it's okay.
No. Hey, come here, please. We have a show to run.
I have to go to the bathroom.
No, come here. Let's go. Let's do this. We're gonna practice hard and it's gonna
My name's Orhan. I'll give you the script and you can do it.
No, Orhan, hurry up. Come on.
I'm sure you will do it for me.
Oh,
Oh, look, there's an exit right here. I can do it.
Go, no, exit right now. Look at all these beautiful people.
Oh no, there's way too many people.
We practice. Go.
Okay, so welcome. My name is Orhan Cody, and I'll be your MC. This is Andrea Donaire, beautiful Andrea Donaire, and she will be your MC too. So, welcome, juniors. Welcome to the PANAGIN conference. In other words, the global or the Panama Global Asian Net conference. So, we're here.
Yeah.
Today's the day. We worked many months on this. We were very excited about yesterday night. We were here at school creating everything. We put our heart and soul into this, and we're more than thankful for you guys to be here with us.
Okay, but like, I'm just wondering, why are we here? Orhan, explain to me the reason.
I know like about half of it. I learned the script last night. I know the first part, the purpose. Oh, no. Okay, so your purpose here is, well, a Global Asian Network Conference is kind of a medium for you guys to share, discuss, and have fun, and actually kind of show off your projects that you've done. So we know there's 3 pillars in the Global Asian Network: education, environment, and law. And there's one more other thing. There's there's a theme.
A theme, right?
A theme. What was it?
Which was like, not Star Wars, something with S.
Stuttering.
Stuttering.
It's. Does somebody know?
Huh? We have to hear it. What was it? Louder. What was it? Yeah, Orhan. Do you know what that is?
Sustainability. I didn't hear that. No, okay, I know. So sustainability. So sustainability is the theme of this conference. In other words, sustainability is a really broad term. You can use it very often for different things. But in this case, we'll be mostly going towards sustainability in a project. So in other words, I'll give a specific example. Sustainability in a project is the continuation of a project from generation to generation. For example, my project is about 100 years old, and it's, no, I'm joking. I wish it was 100 years old. But it's being passed on from generation to generation, I mean by school grade. So for example, in my project, there's about 11th, 10th, and 9th graders in our project. So sustainability, we pass it on.
Awesome. Well, that sounds amazing. And we're really excited to be hosting here in Panama in our school for the next 3 days. And let's just clap for an awesome conference. We're going to be having the PANAGIN anthem, and we have Gaston, which is going to introduce it to us.
Thank you.
Saludo a la bandera. De pie, por favor. Saludo a la bandera. Firmes. Juramento. Bandera panameña, juro Dios y a la patria, amarte, respetarte y defenderte como símbolo sagrado de nuestra nación. Firmes.
Okay, now we're gonna have someone speak to you. He's not just in charge of elementary school or high school, but he's in charge of the whole school. To you, the director of ISP, Mr. Rajiv Bhatt. He's for 5 years, and this is his last. So please give him a warm.
Thank you, Andrea. Early this morning, I asked Andrea how she's doing. Has she been getting any sleep? And she said she hasn't slept for a week. But she said that's because of homework, not because of the conference. So she's actually enjoying and along with everybody else putting this conference together. It's my great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you, to ISP and to JIN Central America, the PANAGIN conference, emerging future leaders. ISP is educational excellence, as we say, for on any given day that more than 1,200 students from nearly engaged in learning experiences, balanced, and purposeful. And we are eager to extend these, but also recognize all 300 of you. These schools provide us with to extend this holistic to build our global issues while addressing local, and at the same time building emerging leaders. Broadening our understanding, forging these connections is always, but in today's world, where many leaders and the citizens are choosing between globalism and nationalism, bridges and building walls, what we set out to accomplish is particularly critical and timely. We seek to accomplish for understanding through the exciting three-day schedule. Keynote speakers, small group collaborations, NGO presentations, festivals, field trips, and student-led workshops. All this lies in you. Students are at the center of all these experiences, and indeed, students have been at the center of all components of this plan. I would therefore like to extend my thanks and congratulations to the core team, too many to mention by name, leaders who, under the guidance of faculty advisors, Ms. Dean and Mr. Avalar, experience to life. Let's give them a big round of applause. As I said, speakers, collaborative sessions, NGOs, films, all this lies ahead. And all important components of your GIN experience. But when these parts come together, they develop a totality that is more than the sum of its parts. I'm confident that this will become a formative event, shape you as emerging leaders, and one that you'll remember. We spoke of, you come to PANAGIN with a wide diversity of projects, will be unique, but all of them have some things in common. Around the 20 global issues prescribed in the text, high noon problems, 20 years to solve them. Through the three categories of sharing our planet and sharing our rule book. Campus initiatives, environmental campaigns, educational anti-poverty measures, and many others. As this GIN conference is more than its part, and workshops form a total that is more than the sum of the individual. While all your initiatives are important in a local context, something more through the collaboration and communication over the next 3 days. In your individual projects, you often begin with community service. Through community service, explore local problems, the need of solutions, and local systems. This service learning includes thinking through the connection between these local dilemmas and issues. All of this is important work being conducted at each of the more than 20 presented here. But when we come together, as we will in the next 3 days, and continue with the connections that will last beyond, we form increasingly unified global solutions based on mutual respect. And that's so important. We explore the links that bind us across our differences. We pursue a future without borders. I would encourage you to come to specific explorations, but also between categories. Indeed, a truly significant global issue addressed through one category alone. Here are some examples. Environmental issues create social problems. Refugee crises that are currently at a new high around the world are climate change or struggles over limited environment. Their implications are deeply social, and as they produce human suffering, extend across generations. In turn, social problems can have consequences. For the fundamentals of climate science, for example, world leaders to deny the existence of a phenomenon that is depriving their own access to and protection of basic natural resources. Furthermore, I would encourage you to consider the ways in which your projects, already spanning across environmental and social issues, or rule book implications. Rule book. As an local action can be taken to help refugees. No truly global solution without creating systems for the protection, especially among the most global citizens. And while local projects can have an impact on environmental awareness, no solution to global climate change can close cooperation amongst countries and international agreements that offer. So the connection between all is intense and ever present. It is as you expand your boundaries that you will move from service to change. Service is universally applauded. The change can spark opposition. Easy. But I would encourage you, there is no more important for this critical work. Our understanding of these global being challenged in substantially detrimental consequences. We all have to pay attention to these trends. Your generation and those that follow will be fully impacted by today's decision. So, I will close now by congratulating each of you for your service. So, encourage each of you to extend your sense of change. But move your projects forward that you, as emerging leaders, with courage, with conviction. Thank you, and I wish you all the very best for the next year.
So now, person, she is sitting up in the front row. Beautiful. She's very young. Please welcome our gym director.
Hi, thank you. I'm so glad to be right here at this moment. As the directors of the work, Ashley and I welcome you all to Panama, the end of Panama, and the student-led Gen Con PANAGIN. Together for more than a year with the community to create the Gen Conference is such a positive experience, and the student planning team, advisors, and faculty are all amazing, and sincere thanks to each and every one of you and contributed to PANAGIN. It has made a real and lasting difference. I'm honored to be in your presence. 100 global citizens, students coming from 21 schools, from Americans. I'm really glad about that, all of you. You are the world leaders of today, your sustainable projects, and your better future for all of us. As global, understand the strength coming in this of our world, thus that all the sustainable community projects that you will be presenting here, measurable and sustainable. We all recognize we're all bombarded daily with the ever-growing news about our fate. But there's good news. As members of the Global Issues Network, you are learning to harness that adversity, using it to propel you to a place you thought you could reach. We are discovering that out of this adversity comes to respond constructively. Action and gaining empowerment, long recognized for our success when working on global issues. As empathetic and empowered members of our global community. Now, we've been to a conference in the past, which I'm so, and thus you know what that was going to begin right. And I will ask each person to stand when I call. Excuse me. Will the global citizen joining us from Argentina and remain standing? And you can clap for it. Yeah. Will the global citizen please stand and remain standing? Citizen from Colombia, please stand. Will the global Costa Rica please stand? Will the global citizens coming from Curacao please stand and remain standing? Will the global from the Dominican Republic please stand and remain? Will the global citizens coming from Honduras? Will the global citizens coming from Mexico please stand? Will the global citizens from Nicaragua please stand? Will the global citizens coming from Peru and remain standing? Global citizens coming from Trinidad, please stand and remain standing. Will the global coming from the United States, please stand. And last, but definitely not least, students coming from Panama, please. Please remain a minute, please. It's good for you guys to see. Acclamation. Excuse me, it's on my list and I jumped. So glad. Corey, you're always up to help me. Sorry, guys. Would everybody give applause to the school that hosts the conference? Will a global citizen Ecuador please stand? You know I get excited. Okay, now celebrating that we are all here, lasting global community of more global citizens who are all standing and inspired to make a real difference in our world. We proclaim for the next 3 days, this is the best place to be on. Your combined action around the world and will change. Enjoy every opportunity at this amazing PANAGIN to offer for each one of you. We capabilities of each of you. Thank you.
So, I'm feeling a bit spicy. I feel a bit hot. Well, I'm very hot. So, I want to liven up the mood a bit. Oof. Exactly what you said. Please welcome Clara, Claudia, and our very Rebecca for a small dance. Okay.
Empezamos a flores del campo, como las flores del campo. Ella margarita como una flor, y terminamos el ser y primavera. A la que la me divertí. Vámonos para estamos cantando, gritaba la porquería, la poquita. Cuando pegué con una pared, ayer estuve en la feria, en Pacuya, que terminaba aprovechando la bulla. Aprovechando la bulla. Y le tanto baile que a mí. Que tú estás viendo que a la feria divertirnos. Vámonos. Margarita, baila con una copita. Margarita, bailó con tu Margarita, Margarita, no te fue con tu Margarita, porque está y yo volví. Y si me viene una café, y con tu vestido y la del café, vámonos para la feria, cantando, vámonos Margarita, ya tomamos. Esta es la Margarita con tu prima. Margarita, esta es la torta de la con tu prima. Y como a la prima Margarita, puedes estar conmigo, con mi mundo. Vamos a divertirnos, vamos Margarita, a bailar, y a tomar una copita. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío. Yeah. Dios mío, mamá, aguanta yo hasta me falta tu casita. Yo pasé por donde tú ves y me acordaba yo de ese ratito que yo contigo tenía, de ese ratito contigo tenía. Ay, mamá, mamá, mami, mamá, ay, mamá, ay, mamá, mamá, ay, mamá, mamá, no quiero, mamá, no quiero, ay, mamá, no, ay, mamá, no, yo solo quiero venga, quiero que venga, ay, bebo con palma, que estoy muerta.
Amazing. I can't even walk correctly in a straight line. Well, guys, now you're gonna get a presentation by who are going to something that all of you, every single one of you, even me, that is our carbon footprint. You on the stage, the carbon team, Pedro, Vivek, and please give them a big round of applause.
Let's get hot in here. All right. Thanks for the introduction. And like they said, we are the Chain Conference. And so we're given the task of finding all the carbon emissions in this very conference itself. We're told to find the carbon footprint for both. And as many of you should already know at this point, the carbon footprint is a measurement of how much carbon or greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. And so these are things like human activities and the consumption. And so now that you all have an idea of what the carbon footprint is, to in 10 seconds or less, talk about what's important. Go ahead.
Time's up. Next slide, please. Okay. Why is measuring carbon footprint so important to do that? By measuring the carbon, you can create awareness of the impact it causes in the environment. We have to use, we have to know how to offset the carbon. We have to use a practical way, resources in reducing the carbon emission. Climate change. Well, everybody knows what, I assume. Climate change, even by the term changes in temperature on the surface, became so much in our human life. Human, carbon emission, and the human became so much improving, rises. Changes in which creates increase and reduction in sea ice, increases the temperature in global, leading to future human lives as well. And so I would like you guys to discuss for about 20 seconds, or 15 seconds, briefly, maybe the other impacts rather than the climate change.
Okay, thank you guys. Time's up. So as my friends Vivek and Young talked about, we measured our ISP carbon annually. So this year, we calculated 166.0 tons of CO2 equivalent, and due to the food, transport, electricity, and water. So these are all factors when calculating our carbon footprint. So what are some materials that we can do to reduce our carbon footprint? Well, for example, taking a ride to the supermarket, you could walk or ride a bike. You could also just switch the lights off when you're not using them. Clean energy resources such as wind power or solar power are also can also have a carbon footprint. Just eating less meat, it's surprising can change our carbon footprint. Consuming less. When going shopping, you shop and think, do I really need? Can also have an impact on your carbon footprint. So during the conference, we're also considering things that we can do to reduce our carbon footprint. For example, the water. We also gave it to you not just because they're cool, but also they reduce the single-use plastics. During meals, we're using less meat. And we use a virtual conference program. We're using less paper, as well as there's recycling bins all over the campus. Here are the pictures. We want you to do this so that when you have garbage, you are going to throw it. So if you could just read the signs before you throw away garbage, that can make a huge impact as well. So with that, I'll leave Kim Young for a closing up.
Again, this was our short carbon footprint, and anyone who's interested in carbon footprint, measuring carbon footprint, just please approach us and contact us. We will gladly help you with offsetting. Do it. We will help you, and stay tuned and stay green.
Presentation. Orhan, do you know what day was? I know it was March 8th, but does somebody know what that means? Yeah. Very good. So Women's Day, and we around school, some students had shirts that quotes for women, and this is that you're going to be able to see of what our day was celebrating at ISP. It's a very important day. All women around the world, we celebrate. Because girls do want to have fun, but they also, it doesn't have to be. Women's Day is a day where everyone, regardless, can raise awareness about women's rights.
And I will, and they can, and they will.
Why are you proud of being a
I think STEM is also for girls because I love STEM and I believe that girls should also be.
And we were able to, girls as well as boys were able to share with us how we can empower women and reach equality altogether, and that issues that you will also be developing and discussing. And talking about women empowerment, who knows who the are? Right? Okay. We don't have the Spice Girls here. An amazing group. That's what to the Spice Girls, and they are known as the SP Girls. They also have 5 members. They are Chloe Martindale, Camila Dario, Milena Caballero, and Sofia Rangel. applause and enjoy. We're gonna be singing Hallelujah for you. So enjoy.
Was a secret chord that David pleased the Lord, but you don't really care. Hallelujah. Well, this the fourth, the fifth, the minor, the major lift, the bass compose it. Hallelujah. 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 Your faith was strong, but you moved. You saw her play on the roof. Your beauty, all that was. She tied you to her hair. She broke your hair, and from your lips she cried, Hallelujah. 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 Abstemious darkness, Lord, I am alone before you. And I see your flag on my love. Love is not a victory march, it's a broken heart. Hallelujah. 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 There was a me known between and below the night show that's and remember when you and the Holy God was moving to as we drew. Hallelujah. 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 There's a God above. All I learned from love was how somebody who outdrew love. And it's not that you're here and it's not somebody in the light. It's a cold and broken hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Now we're going to get to the nitty-gritty of things. Logistics. So logistics is the essence of this conference. You're by heart, or maybe not, but please. Voila. So I think you heard it by much, but are located On the right, it's 7 to 11, that's the gymnasium. And after it goes on top of the cafeteria, 41-38, so please go there. 41-46 is when, from on top of the cafeteria, and after those two numbers, 9, that will be on the second floor of the last apartment at the end.
If you want, if you know that if an emergency were to occur in ISP, then you'll have to way that you came in, so you have to go the entrance of the PAC. So keep that in they were to happen.
Please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Wi-Fi password, and username. Important.
Yeah, you can take a picture.
So you take a picture. And then for one more slide. A snack. Then you're gonna go to and you're back in the PAC. So, essence, I don't have much time left in my life. So you're all excused. Yeah. Guys, can you wait 5 seconds?